What's up, everybody? My name is Caitlin. I'm a dog mom and equestrian blogger from Central Florida, and I am back with another really awesome dog product review. So about a year ago, my mom started dock diving with her lab Remy, and when we were going to her classes and even some competitions, we found out really fast that one of the items that we needed to bring with us was a crate. And even though you can bring the classic like aluminum or metal crates, they're so heavy, and I mean, you're bringing, some of us will have like a wagon to bring stuff in general, but to be honest, the majority of crates that we saw were these soft-sided dog crates. And I had never actually seen these before because I grew up with the traditional metal crates because they're super durable. And obviously you're not going to be using this in every situation, but we found that this has been a really great option for dock diving. And then when I started my agility lessons with Annie, I needed to have a crate with me because there are times when you are going on the course, learning what you're going to do, or even learning the course itself, and you can't always bring your dog. So I discovered soft crates, and I wanted to do some research to figure out which one that I wanted, you know, for me and Annie. And after looking for a little bit of time, I found this one. This is the EliteField soft-sided dog crate. My mom has the, I don't know how you pronounce it exactly. It's N-O-Z to N-O-Z. I just say nose to nose. Maybe it's nose to nose. I don't know. I think nose to nose sounds cuter because it's for dogs. But she has that one, and after doing some comparisons, I felt like this one was such a way better deal for your money. You get a ton of accessories, and I just thought it was a great all-around product. So I'm going to be going over all the different features, everything that it comes with, and then I'm also going to show sizing. We're going to show with my two dogs, Annie and Diesel, because you might be surprised how Diesel fits into this. And then I'm going to show you guys how to pack it up and how it fits in two different cars, both my mom's and mine, just because they're very different comparisons. So if there's any parts of this video that you're most curious about, go ahead and skip to that section, but I'm going to be covering everything. I think you guys will find it super helpful. Let's get started. All right, so the first feature of this soft-sided dog crate is actually the mesh panels. So I want to show you guys the front first, but one thing that made this really important to me is because this does have the mesh, you know, I live in Florida, and breathability is really important, especially if you're doing outdoor activities like agility or dock diving. You know, sometimes you're going to indoor competitions, but you're not always, and you're going to be outside. So you want something that has a lot of airflow and that's going to keep your dog comfortable. So this has mesh on all four sides, but I want to show you the open front first. So this has the mesh door. This is the main front door, and then you're going to actually have mesh on all four sides. I'm going to show you that next. So now you have the front door that opens, and then you have this side door that also opens. So you have two main entry points that your dog can go in from if you have a big dog, which obviously this is the biggest size, which I'll get into sizing soon. But you have two main entry points that your dog can come from. I mainly do use the front door, but you know, do what you want. Maybe depending on how your crate has to be positioned, you might have to use the side door for easier access, but it's up to you. But what I like is that you can just toss it over, or if you want, the front has a roll up, which we'll show in a second, but I want to kind of continue around and show you guys all four sides of the mesh on this crate, just so you can see. So you have it on the back side here, again, no door, and then you have this side here. I'll get this strap out of the way. So this completely finishes the full breathability of this crate. Okay, so now we're going to come back to the front of the crate because I want to show you two options that you have to actually get this door up out of the way. So this front door actually has a little strap here, a little Velcro strap. Now if you want, you can roll this up, and I'm going to roll this up kind of sloppy. It doesn't have to be perfect. And you can actually fit this and roll it up that way. And I'm going to be completely honest with you. When I'm trying to get my dog out, done. This is, I mean, it's nice if you want to use this, but I honestly feel like it's just kind of like this added step that I don't want to deal with. Maybe I'm lazy, or maybe I just want to get in and out, whatever you call it, but that's kind of how I use it. But it is another helpful feature if you want to. So now we're going to come back to the crate again because this was a feature that I thought was so cool. I didn't see every soft crate with this. So on both the top here and the back, right on the ground, you have these extra travel bags. And this one actually comes off too, which is really nice. So the reason why I like these is because when you're traveling for your competitions or classes or whatever you're traveling for, I mean, this is a travel crate, you have extra storage. So I like to bring my dog's collapsible water bowls, extra collars, leashes, you know, all the works, anything that I need, and put it in these bags. And it's one less bag that I have to carry, and everything's all together when I'm done and I need to go somewhere. So this was something that I thought was really great. And it is something that my mom's crate did not have. A lot of the accessories that I'm going over, my mom's dog didn't, or her crate didn't have. But I'm gonna share more about that, but I just felt like that was important to share. This was probably one of the coolest accessories that I chose this crate over. So now we're gonna go back to the front of the dog crate. I know I'm kind of walking you guys back and forth, but there's kind of features all over. But this one in particular is inside of the crate. So one additional accessory that this dog crate came with is a crate pad. Now, before you say it, yes, I know it's dirty. I know it's filthy, but I'm shooting in my parents' backyard, and my two dogs are gonna come out here and walk all in the dirt to get on it again. And I was like, what's the point? Like, I literally shot this earlier this week for my blog post, which in the description, I do have my blog post link, just a quick little side note there. And I go into more details about the actual frame itself, the fabric type, which I was kind of touching on, but I go into a little more details on that. So if you want to learn even more, obviously you can check it out there. But that's why this is also still dirty from that. It was only like 2 days ago. I'm gonna wash it again after. So this does come with a crate pad, and I will say it's nothing fancy though. It's not super thick, it is kind of thin, but it does come with the washable cover, which that's a win in itself, because I will not buy anything if I can't wash it. What's the point when you have dogs? If it can't get clean, why? Why is that even still a thing that's being invented? So it does come with a crate pad, which is nice. However, I do want to show you guys a crate pad that I have in addition to this that I think is way better. So I just grabbed this a moment ago, and this is called the Dirty Dog microfiber cushion pad, and it's basically from DGS Pet. It's a brand that I've worked with for a couple years now, and they specialize in really awesome dog products, but specifically they have a Dirty Dog line that's all microfiber towel products. I have their car seat cover, I have their towels for drying your dogs, the mitt, rugs, I have everything. And what's really great about this, and why I wanted to include it today, is because if you are getting a soft-sided dog crate for dock diving, which my mom does, when your dog is coming off the dock, I know a lot of people will have like their robes and stuff like that for their dogs. Like Remy has a little red robe and it helps dry them off in between their sets. But in addition to that, like if you don't have anything on the bottom of your dog crate, you just kind of have this little material, and there's really nothing there to keep it dry on top of like what your dog's doing. And if your dog is still kind of sitting there wet and they're drying in their robe, there's still water coming off of them. So this is a really great option if you are getting this for dock diving, to include it, because even though it's not the exact size, it still fits pretty nicely. And I wanted you guys to see it on top of the actual white crate pad, just so you can see the size difference. Obviously, like I said, it's not a perfect fit, but it fits quite well. This is what I actually got my mom for Christmas for her lab Remy. And I have hers in like a navy blue, which you'll see it when I set up her crate in a segment of this in a little bit for the comparison. But it works really great at soaking up the water off your dog. And if you're doing dock diving, or honestly just using this for bathing your dog, it's really helpful. I've added the link to this post that I did about this particular product in the description as well, if you'd like to learn about it, and just DGS Pet products and their Dirty Dog line in general. But I thought it was really great to include in this, especially if you're looking for a crate for dock diving. So now we're gonna move on to the next part. So I just grabbed the last feature that I want to share you guys about this soft-sided dog crate, and it is actually the cover that it came with. Now, the main reason why I want to actually share this with you guys is because even though like my mom's crate came with a cover, this one, the difference between the two is this does have, the carrying strap that you can just grab. But what I like about this one is it actually has a shoulder strap that you can attach to the bag, and you can actually carry it, like the crate inside of it, on your shoulder, which, to be honest, I know that sounds like that's really not a big deal. It actually is, because when you're carrying this crate, yes, it's not as heavy as a metal aluminum crate, but I promise you, unless you want another arm workout for the day, if you're getting your dog or you're carrying all of your stuff up to set up your spot for your agility class, for your dock diving class, or just in general for travel, the last thing you want is to be carrying something like this, having to do an arm workout. Because I promise you, when I was holding this one day while walking Annie back, my arms were so tired. When I was carrying my mom's, because I didn't have mine yet, my arms were exhausted, and I was like, there's gotta be a better way to do this. So even when I got mine, she was just like, well, I wish mine had a shoulder strap, because my mom has to get her workout all the way to her car. I feel kind of bad. But this is another big plus that I actually didn't know when I bought it, that it came with the shoulder strap. So, and I will say too, it actually comes with like a padded thing for the shoulder strap, but I lost it. I don't know how. I think it fell off at Annie's agility class, and I just gotta go find it. But it does come with a padded thing for your shoulder strap too, which definitely helps, but it's not super uncomfortable with this. So that's one of the last features that I wanted to share with you guys. And now I'm gonna go get Annie and Diesel so I can show you guys the sizing, and we're gonna start with Annie first. Okay, so I have Annie, and I clearly have her attention because I have some cookies. But I wanna first show you guys the sizing for her and then Diesel. So Annie, right now, I have the largest size crate that it has. I'm gonna put the dimensions on the screen here. It comes in a few other sizes, which I have linked in my blog post, but just for this specific one, I have the dimensions on the screen here. And I'm gonna show you guys how Annie fits. So Annie, will you get your bed? Annie, get your bed? Good girl. Annie, sit. Good job, Annie. So as you can see, she fits quite well in this. Will you lay down? And you guys can see she has a ton of room, even all around her. So I like to do, you know, for measuring wise, I would measure from their neck to their tail and then measure their height. I went in a standing and a sit just to kind of see how they would fit height-wise, because the crate dimensions, when you go to look it up, it's, you know, length, width, and height, which I think is important because, you know, you don't always know what you need, but if you actually measure your dog, it gives you a good indication of what size you would need. Annie, we think, is kind of like a pointer, cattle dog, border collie, Aussie mix. If that gives you some good sizes, there's a lot of similar breed sizes that are related to that. And my mom's lab, Remy, fits in this just fine because her crate is the exact same size, it's just a different brand. So this is how Annie fits, and now I'm gonna grab Diesel so you can see how big he is and how he fits. So now I have my dog Diesel, which as you can see, he's obviously bigger than Annie, but I thought that was actually really helpful so you can see two completely different dogs and their sizes and how this crate fits. So Diesel, can you get in your bed? Will you get in the bed, Diesel? Good boy, good job, Diesel. Will you stay? Good boy. Okay, so as you can see, he actually does fit in this, and what's funny is when I actually first brought this home and I set it up in the office just to give Annie some practice with it, he went right in like, oh my God, thank you, Mommy, for the new home. Like, he was just loving it. He's such a good boy, and he just laid down and took a nap for the entire afternoon. So he fits quite well, but I would not recommend this for dogs any bigger than him, to be completely honest, because we think he's like a Great Dane, Mastiff, you know, Staffy hound mix, and he's 106 pounds right now. Well, 109. We weighed him the other day, but we won't have those 3 pounds. We don't talk about it. But he is quite big, but he still fits in this well. But again, I wouldn't do anything bigger than him. So if you have like a legit Mastiff, Great Dane, or anything like that, I don't think this is for them, and this is the biggest size that it comes in. So I just wanted to share just so you can see, because he is a lot bigger, but he absolutely loves it because he's a good boy. So that's the sizing difference, and now we're gonna move on to how this actually goes, how this actually compares to my mom's crate, so you can see the difference, and then I'm gonna show you guys how this packs up. Okay, so I just grabbed my mom's crate and I set them up side by side because now I wanna actually tell you all the differences between the two. So obviously, as you can see, they're the exact same size. There's no differences there. The biggest difference between the two is honestly the accessories that it came with. So my mom did not come with a crate pad, but again, you know, I did get her this for Christmas, so she has that. It does not come with these travel bags on the back or the top. And the cover bag that actually comes with, hers does come with a bag to put it in, but it doesn't have the shoulder strap, which again, to me, I know it's a little detail, but it makes a difference. And the price difference between these two is $4. That's it. And this comes in like a ton of other colors, which I didn't want to, sounds silly, I didn't want to match my mom. I wanted my own color. And so I just feel like for $4, you get a few extra things, and especially with the storage, like to me, that's awesome. It's a game changer. You can put all of your stuff in to take with you, and it's been great. So the biggest difference between the two, structural wise, is how these set up. So I want you guys to come closer and see. So we're gonna start with my mom's. So my mom's crate is extremely difficult to put together. And one side has gotten easier over time, but it's still harder to me. So if you guys can see here, it has this little structure right here. And basically how both crates are, it's kind of two poles that end up just kind of sinking together, and then there's a slider that slides over place. So this one, you actually have to push down the button to pull it apart and put it together. Now I have struggled with this because it gets, once you, when you push the button and sliding it back, that's not the difficult part. But the part that gets difficult is actually putting it together. And it's easier to show you on mine how that works, but I wanted to show you the functionality of hers first, just so you can see the difference. But it is quite hard. So now we're gonna come around to my crate, and I'm actually going to break one of them down so you can see, because again, it's a lot easier. So mine, it even says open, so it tells you what to do. That's great. So for mine, you're just sliding it, and hers is the same thing. It has this little piece here, but it's coming across, and see how easy it is to just put it together. On hers, I honestly feel like I'm just kind of fighting with it, and it's like a battle, me versus crate, and I just don't want to do that. So it's super easy to actually put together. So now I'm going to break these down really quickly, and the last thing I want to show you guys is how they actually fit in my car versus my mom's, because there actually is a big difference. And if you have either one of these vehicles or something like it, I feel like it could help you kind of really figure out how you want to travel with these crates, fitting it into your vehicle and kind of going on your next adventure. Alright, so now we're back at the front of the cars. I had to grab Chandler's sunglasses out of the car because I can't see anything. So, and I wanted to be able to look at y'all. So, we're at my mom's car first. She has a 2022 Subaru Forester, and I have a 2017 Nissan Rogue. So I wanted to start with her car first because fitting is a drastic difference. So with her car, you can actually lay it flat in the back of her car. And you can stack multiple things in here. So like when we went to Remy's first dog diving competition in Orlando, you know, we had our wagon and we had the dog bed inside, then we had the crate and like all these different things, and it all just fit. Even the wagon fit in the back of her car. So if you are looking at Subarus, and I know that every design's different, but the Forester, at least the 22 version, you got a lot of room for your dog's crate. So now, I want you guys to follow me. We're gonna go to my car right here, and I'm gonna show you guys how it fits in mine versus theirs. So I obviously still have my Big Barker SUV dog bed set up in here, which if you haven't seen that video, check it out. It's a really awesome dog travel essential, but anywho, even with this in here, it really doesn't make a difference with how this fits because it does not fit sideways. So the only way that I'm able to travel with this, if I want it in the back of my car, is to actually put it up in here. And you do have to make sure that it is like inside this area, or else when you go to close the door, it just doesn't. So I know everyone travels with their dogs differently. You know, some people do have the crates that they have set up. Some people have their dog on the back seat, which with this particular crate with my car, if I were to go around to the side here, I can put it on the floor behind my driver's seat in the front passenger seat, and it'll lay just fine there. But you know, if you are traveling with your dogs on the back seat, it can hit back and forth, and it honestly might scare your dog. I tried it with Annie and she was not having it. So this has kind of been the option that works for us if you are to have your dog on the back seat. Now, if you are crated and you have the entire back area set up with your crates, whether it's, you know, rough land or impact or anything like that, then you can put it up front on the floor, and it doesn't matter. You have no impact as to your travel. But everyone's different, and you know, I just wanted to be able to show you guys two different options, just because there's two different cars here that we have used, same size crate, but depending on how you travel and how things fit, it really can impact everything else that you're packing, things that you're bringing, and just kind of overall planning out your, you know, adventure or trip in general. So that is the EliteField soft-sided dog crate. Like I said, I really think this is a better version and better option for your money, especially if $4 is the only difference. You know, I did get it on Amazon and it came really quickly. Some colors I did notice would come faster or slower than others. I guess that's, you know, for inventory. But the purple one here that I got, it came in 2 days, came right on time for Andy's agility lesson, and I was so excited to be able to use it. So I hope this was super helpful. If you guys loved it, I've got a ton of other awesome dog product videos that I have on my channel. Definitely check them out. And if you like this video, you know, give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment if you have any questions, or if you liked it, you know, leave a positive comment. That'll make my day. And of course, subscribe to my channel for more videos. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys have an awesome day.